Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Thank you. So if anyone here tonight needs a translation, we have translators in Portuguese and Spanish. Please make sure that you go to the Parent Information Center table so we can give you the headphones so we can do the translation. Se você precisa de tradução, por favor, vai na mesa do Parent Information Center, que a gente tem os headphones para vocês usarem para a gente fazer a tradução. Okay? And I won't try the Spanish because it won't be good. So let's move on. So welcome, everyone. Are you excited? I sure am. It's very exciting to welcome a kindergarten class because it is such a delight. This is the beginning of a very long and joyful year for you. Not all the time, especially when you're helping your child with homework, but it's going to be a great ride. My name is Michaeli Neves. I'm the Director of Parent Information Center. I'll be the person that you'll be reaching out if you have any further questions that you feel that you want to express concerns to me. So this is who I am. And, we are here to welcome the class of 2032. I just can't believe that we're already welcoming the class of 2032. It is such a year that you can even think about, right? 2032 is so far away. It's mind-blowing to even think that your child's going to be graduating in 2032. So make sure that you remember that year, because that's going to be the year for your child to graduate. And I just want to tell you that, we from the Parent Information Center are here to help you. If you have any questions, please call us. No matter how little, how mundane the question you think might be, we are welcome to have your questions, and we are there to help you. And, at the end of the day, our main concern is making sure that you have all your questions answered, that you feel comfortable with the information that you're giving, and that you make an informed decision. I also want to thank everyone involved in making Tonight Become Alive. There's a lot of planning that goes into having a 30-minute presentation. So thank you all that are helping us every time that I contact you asking for help, with the lights, with the microphone, with making sure that the setup in the cafeteria is just right. Thank you all for devoting your time to making sure that tonight's a successful night. And I want to just walk over the agenda tonight. So we're going to be getting the welcome from Dr. Robert Tremblay. He's the superintendent for Framingham Public Schools. We're going to be hearing from Rosie Alvarez about the transition to kindergarten. It's going to be very exciting, her speech and a video that she has to share with us. And you're going to be hearing from me about the registration, choice and assignment process, and you're also going to be seeing your school principals and vice principals tonight. So be able to see them for the first time if you don't know them yet. And we'll be having closing remarks. So please welcome me in welcoming the superintendent from Framingham Public Schools.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay? How about this, the class of 2032? Wow. How about a round of applause for the class of 2032 for all the families? This is exciting. I'm very excited this evening. I invited the chairman, Adam Freudberg, chairman of the school committee, to join me up here and just say a few welcoming remarks as well. But I want everyone in the community to see we work very much in partnership, and the school committee is a very important part of the work that happens in our schools. So I'll just turn it over to him in just a moment. I want to first take the opportunity this evening to thank our Parent Information Center staff, Michaeli Neves and her staff. If they're all here, I'd ask them to stand and be recognized, because this is are they all here? Where are they? Everybody's in the back working somewhere. How about we give them a round of applause anyway for all of our Parent Information Center. Thank you for the tremendous work that you do, and for all the volunteers. I know we have probably some child care and things that are happening in the school this evening as well, and my thanks to all the volunteers who've made that happen. And while I know you'll meet them in a short while on the stage, I'd like to ask our team of administrators who are here this evening. I won't introduce them all now. I'll let them introduce themselves, but I'd like to acknowledge all of them who are here this evening. These are the point people for you in your schools, the people who will care for your children in the way that you do at home. Because if you are first time, coming to school for the first time, this is a big step to let your child onto the school bus or into the schools and to leave the care and comfort of your home or from your preschool program. So by show of hands, who in the room is first time coming to school, their child's coming to school, this is your first experience coming to school? Wow, that's great. We are going to take great care of your children here. We will take great care. So I want you to leave tonight feeling that way and hearing that from me as your superintendent. I would ask our team of administrators who are here this evening, if you can, please just stand and be recognized for the important work you do. And with that, I'll turn it over to our chairman to say a few welcoming remarks, and then we'll get on with the evening program with Rosie Alvarez.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Tremblay, for inviting me up here tonight. I did not expect to speak, so I'm going to speak not as chair of the school committee, but as a parent who was sitting in the audience last year, just like you, as the father of a student in the class of 2031, I have another one in the class of 2029, and and another baby coming up behind. So all I can say is that it may seem daunting, but the packets in front of you, the people, the information, it's all here for a reason, and it works. It's a very amazing, a very good school system, a very good process, a lot of amazing people. And if you have any questions for me as a parent who has been through this, I'm around tonight for a while, and my email address is online. We have many other members of the school community who are happy to help and answer your questions, but tonight is just the start. And I just want to say, thank you for living in Framingham, for choosing Framingham, and I really expect for those first-time families and for those continuing to return with siblings to continue to stay engaged and let us know what we can continue to do to team up together and support continuous improvement of our district. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. I'm not sure if there are other members of our school committee that are here this evening. In case I've missed you, have I missed anybody? I probably should have glasses on to see this. Okay, we don't see anybody, so we thank you, Chairman. And now I'll turn it over to Rosie Alvarez. Many of you know Rosie already as Block's preschool director, and she's done a terrific job in her school and continues to be here supporting us in Framingham. So would you kindly join me in warmly welcoming Miss Alvarez? Welcome.
Let's see, can you hear me better now? Okay. Good evening. Buenas noches y buena noite. It's really my pleasure to welcome you to Framingham Public Schools. As Director of Early Childhood, I really have the joy and pleasure of working with our very youngest children. And as you know, young children are honest, enthusiastic, curious, and they love to learn. So what is kindergarten? The word kindergarten originally referred to as a garden of children. It is that place where your child will grow and learn in ways that you never imagined. One of the most important aspects of kindergarten is helping your child grow socially and emotionally. They will work on making friends and being a good friend. Children will practice becoming more independent, working cooperatively with others, learning to share, take turns, listen, and express their needs. Kindergarten will build the foundation of your child's lifelong learning. Also, academically, you will see your child learn letters, sounds, begin to read, number concepts, and discover the world through science and social studies. They will also be exposed to the fine arts with music, art, and physical education classes. What can you do to help you prepare your child for kindergarten? Be enthusiastic and positive about kindergarten, and your child will be too. Read books with them every day. Ask questions. Encourage them to answer in full sentences. Let them read to you and tell you stories. Give your child opportunities to help you. Play games with you and encourage them to build, draw, write, and read. Have fun learning with your child. Be proud when they do something and show you something they have finally learned to do. It makes them feel very important, and it really boosts their self-confidence. Lastly, make sure you know that they know their full name, first and last, especially if they're riding a bus. Sometimes we just want to know who they are, and we need to know their last name. Finally, I know it has been a while since many of us went to kindergarten. This year, we're happy to share with you the premiere film of Framingham's transition to kindergarten, thanks to a lot of work by a lot of people, but particularly Rochelle Santos, where one of our kindergarten teachers and students share what they think is important for you to know. Once again, welcome to kindergarten, and thank you for sharing your children with us.
So one of the projects I've done with parents on the first day of school is based on the book called The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. And in this book, the little raccoon is going off to his first day of school, and he's very worried and sad and nervous and goes through all those feelings our kindergartners feel. And I had the parents trace their hand on a piece of paper, and we put it up on our kissing hand wall so that whenever the students feel that they're missing home, they can go up and find their mom or dad's hand and remind themselves that they're just a few hours away from seeing them again. So some things that parents can do to prepare their children for kindergarten is to really focus on the self-care skills. It may not seem like that big of a deal, but when you're a teacher in a class of over 20 kids, having students who can zip up their own coats, put on their own gloves, unzip and zip back up their lunch boxes, making sure that kids can blow their own nose, sneeze into their elbow, helps to not spread the germs that are sometimes very prevalent in the kindergarten classrooms.
Read, learn, and do math equations. No, and you have to do writing. You have to do writing and my tooth is lost.
Another thing we encourage in kindergarten is to make sure that children are helping each other. It's another way for them to build friendships and to show that they can solve problems together as a community without an adult always there.
That's a good question. How did you make all new friends?
He said hi. I just said hi and then said, "What's your name?" How I made friends is going from home to all kinds of places. My eyes are looking straight ahead. I'm ready for the call.
Learning how to handle the routines of the classroom, they're learning how to access the materials on their own, but all the while they're also building their identities as students and as learners, as writers, readers, mathematicians.
You can be nervous at the beginning of the year, but you don't have to be nervous at in the middle or at the end of the year.
When do you get to go out on the playground?
After we eat your cheeseburger.
So sometimes the biggest concern we hear is that parents are worried that if their child will fit in, if they're going to be well liked, how they're going to make friends. And we do a lot of things purposefully in kindergarten to cultivate that, because those skills aren't just natural for children. One of the things is to be able to celebrate the uniqueness that each child brings and all of their unique qualities inside and out. And we do a lot of things through self-portraits. We share stories about our families and about our likes and dislikes, and we make connections.
I like about kindergarten because we get to meet new friends. First you do arrival, and then you do morning reading, and then word study, and then you do and then you go to the bathroom, and then you do reader's workshop, and then read aloud, then math workshop, and then lunch, then you go to recess, and then you go to the bathroom again, and then you do PE, and then you do snack and mindfulness, and then you have choice time, and then you go back home.
Another concern that many caregivers have about children going to kindergarten for the first time is how they're going to get to kindergarten and safely get back from kindergarten. And so children who ride the bus, all the schools actually have very explicit lessons on how students enter the bus, line up for the bus, wait for the bus, where they sit on the bus. Oftentimes the bus drivers will have kindergarten students sit in the front of the bus so it's less overwhelming. And within a couple of weeks the kids have those routines down pat.
Don't worry, school will be fun. I like school. I love school. And then we go from A to Z, but what goes from Z to A? Zebra.
Oh, that's good.
Wasn't that fun, huh? Oh my gosh, I just love watching these kids. Now let's talk about the serious stuff, the stuff that we unfortunately have to worry about as parents. Let me just get to that page. So you all should have received the kindergarten booklet when you arrived here today. Make sure that you do have the kindergarten booklet with you if you didn't grab one. And the kindergarten booklet, I want to make sure that point out a few pages in there that have very important information that I want to make sure that I highlight. On page 2 and 3, you're going to see the list of the required documents in order for us to do the registration. Page 4 explains how we do kindergarten assignments and the fact that we use controlled school choice in Framingham. On page 6, we talk about the dual language programs. On page 7, we talk about the transportation policy. Page 8 and 9, we talk about the calendar of school tours. Page 10, it's about the school hours. And the elementary school profile starts on page 11. And if you need before and after school program, the information is on page 20. Make sure that you guys read the book. We spend a lot of time making sure that we put as much information in that booklet to make it as meaningful. And so it's, you can find questions that you have all there. And any questions that you have that it's not there, please just call us. We'll be happy to take your call. So, at your registration appointment, you're going to be meeting with the registrar. If there are any other languages spoken at home other than English, your child is going to be having a language proficiency test. That's a state mandate requirement. So I just want to make sure that everyone is very aware. If there are second language spoken at home, we have to test your child to make sure that your child, to see how's their English proficiency, to see if there's any need for any support. Because, again, the whole interest is making sure that your child is receiving the services that he or she needs. We also going to be, at the registration appointment, going to be providing the registration documents. We're going to verify your information. We're going to be meeting with the nurse, and you're going to receive your school choice form. The school choice form is a very important form that you're going to have. It's done online. But make sure that you guys fill it out by the deadline. The deadline is April 10th. You can go through the entire process, but if you don't have that form filled out, your registration with us is not complete. Therefore, we can't add, you can finalize the registration, your child's not going to get an assignment. So please make sure that you pay very important attention to this deadline, because we need to have everybody's forms by that time so we can then start doing the assignment. Also, another thing that you want to make sure that you take the time to do, and it's very important, that's how you really get to have a real sense of the schools that we have, is if you sign up to attend the school tours. This is the best way to learn about elementary schools and really to take advantage of it. You want to make sure that you go to those tours. The tours begin on March 4th. Make sure that you check the calendar and the booklet for the dates and times. They are designed for adults. Your child's going to have an opportunity to visit his or her assigned school later in the process. And each school has at least one daytime and one nighttime tour. You do not have to wait for a registration appointment to register for a school tour. You can just go to the Parent Information Center website, and either you can sign up for your tour. And so you can do that tonight when you get home. So please don't wait. Make sure that you sign up to go visit the schools that you want to know about, so you really get to ask individual questions to the school staff and really get to see the school and have a better understanding of what the school looks like. new this year is for the first time ever, we have 4 elementary schools that have the dual language two-way program. There are no other school districts around this area that have 4 schools with the dual language program. So we are very excited to be able to offer these many options for families. There are 2 schools that have the English and Spanish dual language program, which was Barberry and Brophy. Barberry is in the entire school uses the dual language two-way program, and Brophy is a strand. That means a few classes are designated for that strand. They also have classes which do not have the two-way dual language program. And then we also have the English and Brazilian Portuguese, which is offered at Potter Road and Woodrow Wilson. Potter Road started this year, and Woodrow Wilson is going to start in September. So make sure that you guys take the time to, once the presentation is done, go to the cafeteria and speak with the bilingual education department, speak with staff from these 4 schools so you can ask your questions related to the program so you get more information and, and they are here. So why not just talk to them right now? So let's talk about how kindergarten assignments are made. So once the deadline for returning the school choice form has passed, which is April 10th, we begin the assignment process. We assign students using a controlled choice program with a couple of exceptions. If your child receives special education services or needs the program for English language learners, only a certain schools may have that program. The staff from those departments will work with you and explain to you which schools have the program that your child needs, and you guys will come into a conclusion what will be the best placement for your child. For all other students, the assignment process follows these steps. So first, we look at everyone's first choice. First thing that we do is to assign the dual language programs. How do we make those assignments? We look at who chose that school, has a sibling preference, who has that school as their home district preference. One thing I want to point out is that Barberry does not have a home district because the entire school is a dual language two-way program. So that's the only school that doesn't have a home district. All the other 3 schools that have the two-way program do have a home district preference. Then we also look at, once we make the assignments for sibling preference, home district preference, we look at all other first choice school requests. We look at how many seats are left, and then you look at second choice, third choice, and we'll fill those seats up until we are done with those assignments. One thing that I want to make sure that I point out too is that if you chose a two-way school and we're able to get you a seat at that school, your assignment's going to be done. Once we get you a seat at that school, you won't move on to a different school. What does that mean? So let me just use a very basic example. As I mentioned, Barberry doesn't have a home district preference. Let's say you chose Brophy as an example. Brophy is your first choice school or is your home district school or sibling preference school. You got a seat there, you won't move on anymore. Let's say you have a school, you chose one of the two-way schools are not your home district schools. Let's say you chose Dunning. That's it. Let's say that Dunning is your home district school. And you chose a two-way school. You put 1 for this school, 2 for this school. If we get you a seat in any of the two-way schools you are assigned there, you are also not going to have a seat at your home district school, in this case, Dunning. So we always try to get you at the highest school option as possible. Once we get you a seat there, that's where your child is assigned. And again, we are here, once this presentation is done, please come over to the Parent Information Center table if you have any questions, be able to answer the individual questions that all of you will have. And again, for those that are watching us from Facebook Live, please just call us at the Parent Information Center. We'll be able to answer your questions. Once we do the dual language assignments, we will assign second all the sibling preference schools for schools that don't have dual language program. Assign third are going to be the home district preference, and then assign fourth everyone else that doesn't fit these criteria. So when are you going to get your assignment notification? We send the assignment notification on May 17th. Make sure that if you are moving out of Framingham, you decided to no longer attend Framingham Public Schools, make sure that you return that form back to us, because there's a high chance that there's a waiting list for that school, and there's a family waiting to find out if there's a seat for their child. So please make sure that you inform us if you're no longer going to have your child attending Framingham Public Schools for whatever reasons there may be. Okay. Actually, I just realized one thing. All schools that have more requests than seats available, we will do a lottery for. If we cannot get you to the first or second choice school, your child's going to be placed on a waiting list. All waiting lists except for the dual language waiting list dissolve October 1st. If your child is on a dual language waiting list, that waiting list goes on for 2 years. So that's different timelines for different waiting lists. So, and again, this information is available on the booklet. If you have any questions, make sure that you ask us so we can give you more information if you need. Kindergarten orientation. So on Monday, June 3rd, on your kindergarten assignment in the letter, you're going to find out more information about your child's kindergarten orientation. And all the details are included in relation to the kindergarten orientation for your assigned school is going to be included in your packet. How do you stay in touch with us? Make sure that you visit the Framingham Public Schools website, the Parent Information Center website. Make sure that you visit Framingham Public School Facebook page. Check your email. It's crucial that we have your correct email, because we will send all notifications via email. Sometimes you're going to get an email and a phone call too, but you'll always get an email. And always contact us if you have any address changes or phone number changes up until your child starts school. We always want to be sure that we can reach you and you're getting the communication that we're sending out to everybody. So it's important that we're able to contact you and that you're getting the notifications that everybody else is getting. So now, please welcome me in welcoming the principals and vice principals of Framingham Public Schools.
My colleagues seem a little shy. I'm not shy. I'm Frank Rothwell. I'm the principal at Brophy Elementary School.
Good evening. I'm Ann Diaz. I'm the principal at Stapleton.
Good evening. Welcome to the Framingham Public Schools. I'm Liz Simon, principal at Hemingway School, and look forward to seeing you at the tours.
Hello, welcome. I'm Kelly Napierski. I'm the assistant principal at Hemingway.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Maynard, and I'm the principal of the King School, and welcome to Framingham.
Good evening. My name is Allison Ben Abdallah, and I am the assistant principal at the King School.
Good evening. I'm Cynthia Page, and I am the principal at the McCarthy Elementary School.
Good evening. I'm Jean Nolan, and I'm the assistant principal at McCarthy Elementary School, and we're really thrilled that all of you are going to be part of our school community next year.
Hello, everyone. I'm the principal at the Dunning School, and we look forward to meeting you and your children. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm the assistant principal, Amy Mulkern, at Charlotte Dunning.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Purnima Vadera. Welcome tonight, and I'm the principal at the Woodrow Wilson School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Darlene Pugnali. I'm the vice principal at Woodrow Wilson Elementary School. Looking forward to receiving our new kindergartners next year.
Good evening. My name is Larry Wolpe. I'm the principal of Potter Road Elementary School. Mi nome è Larry Wolpe, diretor da Escola Potter Road. Boa noite.
Good evening. I'm Michelle DaCosta. I'm the assistant principal at the Potter Road School. Boa noite a todos. Eu sou a vice-diretora da Escola Potter Road.
Hi, good evening. I'm Sue McGilvery-Rivet, principal at Barberry School. Buenas noches. Soy la directora de la Escuela Barberry. Mi nombre es Susan McGilvery-Rivet. I'm also going to introduce in absentia one of our vice principals, Dr. Ricardo Dobles. Él no podía estar con nosotros esta noche. Él se llama Dr. Dobles y es el asistente director de la escuela, Barberry.
Buenas noches, me llamo Maria Davis y soy una de las asistentes directoras de Barberry. Good evening, my name is Maria Davis and I'm one of the assistant principals at Barberry Elementary.
Is there this way? Okay. We need direction. We need direction.
So thank you for attending the Kindergarten Information Fair. Staff from the Parent Information Center, school departments, and before and after school programs are present in the cafeteria to answer your questions. To find out where staff from a specific school programs are located, please refer to the map that you handed that was handed out to you at the entrance. Don't forget to drop off your parent survey on your way out. We are always looking for ways to improving the kindergarten orientation fair. And if you have any questions, please go to the cafeteria and be there to answer your questions. Thank you and welcome class of 2032.